Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to watch the show that gives you the best of high school debates. This is the Great Debates Contest Season 9, Eastern Region, Machakos County. I am your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Esperancia Kapanga. Today's debate is centered on the motion, the judiciary should be reconstituted if any of its members are found to be corrupt.
In the proposition, we have the lovely ladies from Mwani Girls High School.
And in the opposition, we have Machakos Girls High School. Poser number 1, you have 3 minutes.
In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'm Rachel Musyoki, Mwani Girls High School. Okay, I strongly propose the motion. The judiciary should be reconstituted if any of its members is found to be corrupt. What is a judiciary? The judiciary is a branch of government that coordinates the administration of justice through a system of courts and in accordance to the law. Reconstituting is dealing away with the old to bring new bodies in the body. Okay. The composition of the judiciary. We have the Chief Justice, Deputy Chief Justice, the judges, and the magistrates. On to my first point. It promotes fairness and equality. According to the Constitution, Judicial Authority, Article 159, Clause 2A, justice should be administered to all, regardless of the status. From www.globalanticorruption.com, we get that in 2013, India stated that 36% of the citizens of India admitted to having given bribes to the judges. So where are we heading with this? Surely, tell me, where are we going if we only deal with only one judge and yet the corruption was spread to all? So surely, do you think that one person sacked will solve the issue? On to my second point. It is justable. If it's a case of corruption, according to Article 168, Clause 1E, if anyone is found to have misconduct, the person is removed from office. Let me take a case where a judge is found corrupt, and maybe the links are not found. Only the investigation states that only one judge is found corrupt, and yet the other judges were found corrupt. So do you think that dealing with that one judge will solve that problem? You know, in the words from Israel, May 30, 2019, we are told that when the judicial authority is weakened, the economy follows. With me here is a Saturday Nation, where we're told about Philomena. For instance, let us believe that the judges dealing with this case were corrupt. So do you think that this country will develop even if the judges are not dealt with? If only one judge is dealt with here in this case, there will be no development because maybe the person was so corrupt. So that person will come back into office and will do the same mistake, continue stealing the same money. Because Philomena was taken in because of fraud from the bank. Okay. We all know that bulls are dangerous, right? So is removing one bull from the farm going to eradicate the danger? Rachel, I rest my case.
First opposer, you have 3 minutes to make a submission.
Well. A wise man once said, time wasted is never recovered. And an echo to that, time waits for no man. Lynette Nkatha from the Machakos Girls High School, ready to oppose the motion that says the judiciary should be reconstituted if any of its members is found corrupt. What do we understand by the following terms? Judiciary. This is the arm of government that interprets the law to us, the citizens. To reconstitute. This is forming an organization again in a different way. It is forming an organization again in a different way. It is not demolishing the organization, but reforming the organization away again in a different manner. What about corruption? Corruption has been in everyone's mouth in this country. Corruption. Corruption is giving bribes to obtain favor. This is a dishonest and it's an illegal behavior, especially performed by those people who are in authority. Today, as I was coming to Kathiani Boys High School, I managed to buy some tomatoes, and I came with them here. As you see, I bought 4 tomatoes. And when I reached to Kathiani Boys High School, I found that 1 tomato had gotten rot. 1 tomato is rotten. So, should I throw away the other tomatoes because only 1 tomato is rotten? It is even uneconomical. I just bought the tomatoes at an expensive price. And then just because only 1 tomato is rotten, I should throw away all the other tomatoes? No. No, no, no. On to my first point. This reconstituting of the judiciary is going to take too much time. It's actually time consuming. Going to the process of reconstituting the government, the judiciary system, it will take too much time. Hence delaying both original and appellate jurisdiction. What do we mean by original jurisdiction? What about the appellate jurisdiction? Original jurisdiction, this is the hearing of cases brought in court for the first time. And the appellate jurisdiction, this is hearing of the appeal brought from the lower courts to the high court. All this is going to be delayed just because of time. My second point, this is going to cause death. Death will be caused to the plaintiff. The plaintiff may face danger. The defendant may try to kill the plaintiff. Is that justice? No. According to the www.undp.org, the SDGs, number 16, it states that peace, justice, and strong institutions should be formed. Are we really going to form these things? If we go by the rule reconstituting the judiciary? No. Thank you.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
It's funny how I wake up every morning and I hear my neighbors shouting and yelling, corruption, corruption, no corruption. Yet, when measures are put on us, we do not exercise them. And one of these measures is reconstituting the judiciary when one member is found to be corrupt. My opponent has come with tomatoes. This morning, before I came to Kathiani, I was in the lab doing a titration experiment. I had sodium hydroxide solution and I had hydrochloric acid solution. Now, when I was doing before I did my titration, accidentally, I poured a little bit of sodium hydroxide solution into the hydrochloric acid solution. And then I did my titration. But the results were false. But take this insert. Instead of me doing the titration, I take that mixture of sodium hydroxide, which had accidentally spilled hydrochloric acid inside it, and I pour it. All of it, I pour it down and take a fresh solution, which is pure. Then I do my titration. I will get very good results. What am I trying to implement? I'm trying to say that if one member is found to be corrupt, the whole system should be demolished because it will affect the functioning of the rest. Now, I'm Helen Chalo from Moani Girls High School, here to strongly propose the motion that states the judiciary should be reconstituted if any of its members is found corrupt. On to my first point, it increases the efficiency of the judiciary in justice delivery and transparency in all matters of the public. As my fellow has mentioned, reconstitution is to form an organization or a group in a different way. In this case, to sack all the judiciary officers and insert new faces. Now, according to research done on www.being.com, countries like Netherlands, Norway, Finland, and Denmark. These are some of the countries that have practiced reconstitution of the judiciary after one member has been found corrupt. But now take a look. These countries, their judicial system, you cannot even compare them to our judicial system. This clearly implies that if one member is found to be corrupt, the whole system should be reconstituted. On to my second point. It reveals professional skills in the public. What do I mean by this? When members of the judiciary system, if one of them is found to be corrupt, then the whole of the judiciary system is sacked. It will create opportunities for others who are outside there. People are busy there studying law, waiting for the opportunities. And we have people who have overstayed in the judiciary system being corrupt. We need fresh blood in the judiciary system. We need new thinkers in the judiciary system. Now, join me, my fellow audience, in proposing this motion, because we cannot continue implementing methods that are not changing anything. When you do this kind of methods, it will assure us of a very good judicial system. Thank you, Helen Chando, Muani Girls High School.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
If Fiona was corrupt, is it really fair for the rest to go down with her? That they be reconstituted? As the first proposer has said, it will not be fair. Valentine Muteti on the podium, Machakos Girls High School, firmly supporting my fellow opposer, Lynette Nkatha, on the motion that says the judiciary should be reconstituted if any of its members is found to be corrupt. On to my first point, unfairness. Sacrifice a few to save the rest. You cannot crucify an entire village because of the mistake of one person. Considering this will actually be inhumane. As defined, the judiciary is the arm of the government that implements the law and that interprets the law and implements justice. Will changing the judicial system actually be fair and just to its members? Will it really? Come on, reason with me, people. Will it? It will be self-contradicting to its function. On to my second point. Reconstituting the judiciary is an impractical law that is actually absurd. It is actually hilarious. Come on. Okay, I find it funny. I don't know if you find it funny. Let's reason. You see, the entire judiciary is reconstituted because of one person. Is that really, really sensible? Is it? I don't find it sensible. On to my third point. Research from www.jso.org shows that 25 corruption-related cases were finalized, with 18 ending with conviction. That is 72%. This shows that reconstitution is actually not necessary because this system is working. Even if we do not have 100%, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? No, it wasn't. We all know that. And we take baby steps. Come on. It's slow but steady. Now, according to the new constitution drafted in 2010, if a member of the judiciary is found to be corrupt, he or she should resign, step down peacefully. But if they still plead on their innocence, well, a tribunal has to be formed to investigate the case. If reconstituting the judiciary was reasonable, don't you think that it would have been included in the Constitution? I mean, the people who wrote the Constitution were mentally sane. Were they? Were they not? They were. I am certain. So, I don't mean to comment on my opponent's mental capabilities, but if a shoe fits, then I guess wear it. Thank you.
The proposers have been asked, is it fair for the rest of the members of the judiciary to suffer for the mistakes of one person? The opposers, on the other hand, have been asked, is saving time more important than protecting our citizens against corruption? Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes to respond.
A very good question for the audience.
Power does not pardon. Power punishes. Susan Musomba, representing Mwani Girls, strongly proposing the motion that says judiciary should be reconstituted if any of its members is found corrupt. Yeah, when a young plant or when a plant is found not to be succeeding or not germinating, one doesn't go for the branches but goes for the roots. Just the same way, the judiciary should not keep in black sheep. They should go in and eradicate them. Prevention is better than cure. And on my first point, the reconstitution enables transparency in all matters to the public. When judiciary is reconstituted, justice is able to be applied to the citizens. I'm taking for an instance this example. When a citizen has gotten the power to go and give the case to the Judicial Service Commission, the citizen is also there to know that the case that is going to be handled, it's going to be given fair justice and justice will be served. On to my second point. According to the research from the www.standardmedia.co.ke, Mombasa magistrate Faisal Mohammed and David Karani was sacked because of releasing a smuggler of 44 million ivory tracking case. When will this madness of sacking one person at a time end? When will this scandal of corruption be over? We always say a vision 2030. When are we going to get that vision if we can't remove the black sheep from this judiciary commission? Instead of sacking them, the judiciary should be reconstituted, bringing in new members on board and having a fair and justice country in our country. Thank you.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to respond to your question.
Everyone is talking of Kenya being a corrupt country. Are you getting that Kenya is a corrupt country? Kenya is a system. Kenya cannot be corrupt, but the individuals in Kenya is being corrupt. So, when you want to reform, according to my motion, to reform Kenya, just because of the person who has been corrupt, do you think it's fair to the person in the village who doesn't know the meaning of corruption to adjust to the reformation which has been made in Kenya? No. Actually, that's so unfair. It's Nuria Hussein from Machakos Girls High School, ready to oppose the motion that states judiciary should be reformed, reconstituted, when one of its members is found corrupt. On 2nd of May, 2019, on the Standard newspaper, I read that an article says, As Nyakundi, a lawyer, who killed his son, saying he did it without wanting. That's a lawyer. Lawyer is under the judiciary. So, because As Nyakundi just decided to kill his son, do you think it's fair for all the lawyers to be reconstituted? It's a question which needs an answer. Now, a question was posed for me. I didn't forget my friend. I will answer it still. You said, do you want us to save time or to save ourselves from corruption? I think both rhyme. First thing, actually time is an unrenewable source. That's why when trying to reconstitute everyone in the judiciary, you're just wasting time, and yet it's only one person who has made that mistake. So there, we are saving time and still saving the innocent in the judiciary and punishing the person who is at mistake. Now when I was coming on to the stage, the people who are watching me saw me handling an envelope resembling this to Judge Maina. Ask me, what contained in the envelope. I carried a sample so that it won't change the thinking of anyone in the hall. I gave out some amount of money to Judge Maina so that he can do a favor for me. Is that not corruption? It's corruption. But do you think the other two judges who are not aware of what is in the envelope to be reconstituted just because Judge Maina accepted my request? No. Actually, we have two types of law. That is the natural law and the collective law. My opponents are supporting the collective law, which is used by the white when they were in Kenya, in Africa, trying to rule us. When Akamba did a mistake, every Kambans were punished. That was in the past, collective. Natural law, let us apply the natural law, which states that everyone should be punished for his or her own wrongdoing. Thank you.
Proposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
Now, I can't stop citing examples. Last month in my school, a girl who deals in drugs was found in a class known as 2 West. When the principal found out about this girl, the whole class was sent for an expulsion. Now, when they were sent for an expulsion, we were left feeling very sad because, for one, I lost my friend, all because of one girl. But guess what? The rest that remained in school were assured of a drug-free compound, because if the rest of the class had remained in school, we would have been suspension, that we would have suspense that there are some of them who are left there who are still doing drugs. But now in our school, we are very comfortable knowing that there is no drugs just because the whole class was sent. What am I trying to say? If one member is found to be corrupt, the whole system should be brought down to relieve us of the doubt that there are some other members who will still be corrupt. Helen Chalo, Moani Girls High School. I wash my hands.
Opposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
Well. The judiciary should not be reconstituted if any of its members is found corrupt. Why should I suffer someone else's problem? Why should I carry other people's problems? Why should they be punished when it's someone else's problem? Come on, people, let us reason together. I don't have to be punished for other person's problems or other person's deeds. And as they say, sikio la kufa halisikii dawa. So you will just keep on reconstituting the judiciary, reconstituting and reconstituting. Let us just deal with this one element which is disturbing us. Let us just sack this one element which is here bringing problems to the judiciary. Yes, it's the high time, people. As they sing, they say, na kila mtu atauchukua mzigo wake mwenyewe. So why should I carry other person's burden? Thank you.
Moani Girls, I want to appreciate what you did. I think the facts have been mentioned from the first speaker and all that. But I just want to say generally, the first and the last speaker, your time utilization was penalized, okay? Because for example, the first speaker, 40 seconds were left, and even the second speakers had more time. Helen, you're outstanding, and I think you need to get out of here knowing very well that you're a good speaker. You think on the spot, and that was very much commendable and very passionate as well. So keep up that, all right? To Machakos Girls, Follinate, that was a good start, definition of terms. However, that time management was penalized. So you need to look at that. The analogy, though, was a plus for your end. Valentine as well, the submissions were good and fairness, good facts in terms of the constitution and all that. However, I feel you need to work on your flow so that you don't have too many breaks and pauses. okay? And that as well also touches as well on Nuria. You don't want to have so many breaks, okay? And that talks a lot about your practice. Yes, you have a lot of facts and very good analogies, but within the 3 minutes, how fast can you be? You can borrow a lot from Helen. That she's there, she's just punching them out, killing time in the most positive way. So that's what you need because, you're racing against time. Nonetheless, I think that was commendable, especially on your creativity. Let's wait for the results.
Moani Girls High School, the judges awarded you 67.5%. Let's give them a round of applause.
With a difference of 1.1%. Machakos Girls High School, the judges awarded you 68.6%, making you the winners of this debate. Congratulations to both teams for giving us a good debate and a good show.
Indeed, that's it for us today at the Great Debaters Contest. Thank you for staying with us. We'd also like to appreciate every participating school, from the principal to the patrons to the students who stand on this stage. I have been your host, Esperancia Kapanga.
And I am Chris Boru. Catch you next time.